Well, lads, what's the crack, right? I'm so glad I could be doing another one of these videos with you, back on the whole dating advice thing, right? Now, it strikes me still how I've made a few of these videos. None of you've gotten girlfriends. Why? Right? Created a burning question in my head. Why is it this is what we're going to be talking about this video? So bear with me. Why is it so easy for girls? Well, lads, what's the crack? So, I'm glad to be doing this episode again, really, right? I mean, not in the best state, but let's be honest, when have I ever been in the best state for things, right? Dizzy spells alcoholism, right? And I'm trying to teach you shit, right? And to add to the repertoire of things that I'm going to teach you, in which I have either shite or virtually no experience in, women, right? This is it. I've been making this video. Listen, great day today anyway. I've just decided, but I've been making. A thought still came into my head. Like I've been making these kinds of videos for you fellas for ages now, right? It's like a three-parter now in the series BAFL, right? I still don't know what the fuck BAFL means. I forgot. I think it's like best advice for life. We go with that. So I've made three of these BAFL videos, and none of you still got any bitches. Zero Riz, zero women, zero Fanny. What's the story, man? What's going on? It's created a burning question in me head now. This is lads watching me. This is for you, cis, straight, hetero fellas who I'm making these videos for. And it's created a burning question in me head. Well, why the fuck is it so easy for women to get lads? And why is it so hard for lads to get women? Well, I'm just gonna cut the bollocks. It's because women just don't give a fuck, right? That's the thing. Women, they don't give a shite, right? They take it easy. They're on their Sigma grind set. You see, lads, men think that they think logically. We think that we think logically. We don't think logically, that's a misconception. We think that we think logically. So, for us lads, unlike for women, we think that getting with women is some kind of fucking puzzle that we have to solve. It's some kind of fucking maths quiz you get on your leaving cert. If you add the square root of fucking 25 to 100 and what does x equal to? Like, it's all this kind of bollocks, right? Like, it's not that complicated, right? They think that, oh, maybe if I buy this pretty little book called The Game, right? Where it like outlines bullet point by bullet point, this is the first step to getting women, this is the second step to getting women. Not that fucking complicated, believe it or not. And women know that. Women know that it's as simple now, right? We're gonna get into like the whole looks thing and the hypergamy, whatever the fuck you like to call it. You little goofy goobers, zoomers like to call it. But fucking, what you call it? What's they talking about? Yeah. Right. For women, it's as easy as literally coming up to you, knowing that you're looking. If you're looking for a relationship, they need to establish that they're good at like conversating with you. So they'd like try to establish like relativity with you by like talking about their interest in shit, or talking about what they think you're interested in. You know what I mean? Because they know that that's like the only fucking thing that matters, right? It's not all these little fucking steps, right? So it's like, hello, how are you? You're in this place, you wear this, and they ask you about it, and that's the whole thing. And if they're good looking, then they know that they could just skip most of those fucking steps anyway, and just come up to you and be like, "Oi, we get a room or what?" But fucking lads, they take it way too fucking complicated for them. Like, they read these shitey little books that these shitey little misogynistic fucking sexist pieces of shite. Some of them brag about how many shifts they got, which is also pretty fucking childish. They be writing these books for men who are actually troubled and in need of help, and say shit like, "You need to, you need to come up and do this sequence of things, which involves this, this, and that, and the precise amount of it will get you the woman, mate. It's not making a fucking bomb. It's getting a feek. It's not that complicated. I'll explain." You know, one of the things these sleaze bags would teach men is like, alright, so you're in a room with a woman, you're at a restaurant, and she makes eye contact. Now, us people, we're known to look around. It's kind of weird to not look at other people. So she might not even think you're good looking. But they take the fact that these men who've never talked to women think that a woman looks at them, and that like subconsciously makes them think like, oh, just she wants it, right? And they exploit that, and they're like, yeah. So you know what you need to do? She makes that eye contact. Don't think that that's just a normal human response to sitting in a crowded area. She wants you. So you stare at her for approximately 5 seconds and don't lose eye contact with her. And then you stare at her some more, and then you come up to her. But like, it's not that fucking complicated. Like, it's all this like fucking dude bro shit, right? But from the woman's perspective, it's like you're fucking leering at her or something. Like, it's creepy, man. And you know what? That's a really good way of getting a ticket to fucking jail or to heaven if she has a gun, right? Who knows? I don't even know why that is a possibility if you're living in America, let's say, but like, or like the Central African Republic, but fucking what you call it? That's not the best way to do things, right? It's not the fucking. There's not. This is what I mean, right? I've heard this from an actual video. This is an actual quote, well, roughly estimate. I forgot what your man said, but it's really all of this like logic change shit that men think that they have because they're logical, but it's really just because the human brain likes logic and patterns and shit, right? If thing if people know that relationships and getting to know people and pulling girls even, right, is fucking, it's complicated, it's a mess, it's like this, that, the bit of this there, like, you know, it's not like, do you know what I mean? Uh it's not as simple, it's not a maths equation. But if you like reform it, reconfigure it, the whole situation and present it in a way that it is something logical that you can do step by step, that gives the person false confidence that if they do each step they must get it right. Because if you put in the right amount of screws into your engineering project, the car will start, and they think that it's the same thing with fucking women. But they don't, and what's even more dangerous is that they're taught that all women are the exact same. The reason why that's fucking dangerous is because that adds to the whole like technicality aspect of it. And you think that it's a math sum, you're going into it like it's a math sum, you're staring at her for 5 seconds approximately, she turns away and you keep staring at her. But from her perspective, girls understand this, it's all randomized, it doesn't matter. She thinks you're fucking weird, right? And you just took a big fat fucking L, right? And your man is taking all your money. How funny does that sound? He took your money from that shitty book you bought and read, right? That didn't make any fucking sense. That woman you liked that was sitting across from you, didn't suck your cock, and you're left on your own, sitting alone like this, wondering why no girls like me. When it's not that fucking hard. If you want to talk to her, there's none of this bollocks. None of this stare at her, whatever the fuck, ask her. Just fucking come up and be as autistic as humanly possible. If she doesn't like you or says she has a boyfriend, says anything that isn't like subconsciously saying, please continue the conversation, just know that that's just a no. Like, there's not just, there's not two different things that girls say no and everything else, like, oh, I have a boyfriend and that. Like, those are two different things. Those are the same thing. Anything that's like, I have a boyfriend, oh no, I can't, later, whatever, that's all no. That's all no. Then she's like, maybe, blah, 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 continues talking to you, that's yes. See, it's random. I go like generalize, like, blah, 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 you know, like, I don't say like, oh yeah, if she does this, this is 100% certain, this 100% certainly means that, and so you should go on to the next step. See, take that foul fucking logic out of your brain, throw it out, right? Get rid of it. You don't need it, right? There's no logic to any conversation. And a testament to it is just think about how you talk to lads, right? Like there's some fellas that this works on who are like really, really socially like inept and lonely, who don't even talk to lads. But let's say you can be saying you talk to lads. That's good. Think of how you talk to lads. You don't when you want to talk to like your friend's friend, right? Like let's say your friend's name like Sean and his friend like Oshin or something, and you've heard about him. You come up to him and you say, "Oh, Oshin, well, you know how I know you. I know you're through your man Dara here. Like, fucking what you call it? What's the crack? You live around here, man. Yeah, seeing you playing for the hurling team. Any good? And he wins this season. You don't come up to your man and be like, "Oh, he stared at me for 5 minutes, for 5 seconds. That means I should stare back at him. And when he breaks eye contact, I should stare at him some more." That's not how you fucking do it, man. Your man will think he's creepy. Women are no different. You should treat women the same as men. If men would think you're creepy, women would definitely think you're fucking creepy. Like, and on top of that, they are already prepared for that moment, so they like amplify it, right? And this is another thing. Women are often like scared of saying no. Like women just can't say no. I don't know why that is. I ain't a fucking woman, but I would say it probably has something to do with the whole like men being like more intimidating, because usually they're bigger, like hairier. They resemble like, feral animals more than women do. Like, let's be honest, right? And so like if you're a man walking, you wouldn't walk up to if a tiger walks up to you, you're not gonna assume that it's gonna want to like cuddle you, and like it's probably gonna bite your fucking face off. Like that's how women think about us. So some of them, like if they live in a really dangerous area, carry like pepper spray on them or something. You know what I mean? And so that's probably why, you should take into account. If a woman says yes to something, uh, see if she's drunk. If she's sober, be like, "You sure?" Ask her a bunch of times, right? There's nothing wrong with asking a bunch of times. You ask for consent when it's unclear. If it's clear, then obviously don't. Sure, she obviously fucking wants it. It's as clear as day, but like, if it's unclear, it's always safe to fucking ask, man. I don't know what else you want to hear off from me, like. But yeah, women, they're a bit weird, a bit shy. Never ask you first. And so it's the burden is all on men, it's men that have to come up and talk to the women, and that's why if you're socially inept, it's so fucking dangerous for these lads to be listening to these fucking shite bags who don't want the best for you. They want the best for themselves. They want your peas, man. They want your money. They're weird, man, but whatever. And you know what? I'm looking for something to end the segment with, so I got something here for you as well. I got sweaty, so I changed my shirt. So as I was saying, see, dating is like a randomized thing, right? You can't really get anything out of it. You can't really get good dating advice. Because it's like asking, here, how do I jump off a cliff into like a seaside forest and not die? Like, what's the other person supposed to tell you? Oh yeah, from they can only go off their experience. They can't give you like a step-by-step guide to not fucking dying by jumping off a cliff into a seaside forest. They could be like, oh yeah, I jumped off a cliff the other week, and I only injured some bits and bobs there, slid off a rock, and I didn't die, or but it can happen to you the next week after you follow that advice, and you can like pierce your arse on like the top of a tree while you're falling down, and it'll like go into your rectum, and you like and out your mouth, and you like slide down the tree, and like a firefighter would have to cut the base of the tree and like slide it out of your arse, and then you'd have like permanent like relapsed rectum, for the rest of your life. That could happen as well. You never know. And that's the same thing with relationships, right? Because going out with someone, talking to women, it's not like a step-by-step guidebook. It's not an encyclopedia. It's not a fucking maths question. It's like jumping into fucking lava or like an ice pit full of polar bears, You might fucking befriend them, like, who knows? Or they might maul you to death and eat your fucking kids, as in your bollocks, and everything else off you while they're at it. Like, it's like, it's all random. So, what you need to do is just bear that in mind. It's that fucking simple. And just do the same shit. And this is what I mean. You already have been doing. I don't need to give you this advice. I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm just saying it applies to women as well. This isn't new information. I think you already do what I'm telling you to do, but with lads. So what's really stopping you from doing it with fucking women? But that was it anyway. I'm not going to get into like objectification, any of that bollocks. And this is what you need to work on, stop putting women on a pedestal. You'd be less scared of them, because you don't put lads on a pedestal when you talk to them. And if you do, you're a bit fucking gay. Bit of a weirdo. But anyways, lads, listen. See you in part 4. Or 5, I don't know which part this is. But for now, keep the crack 90, boys. Come on, you can do this. You can get yourself a woman. I believe in you. That's the most important thing. Good luck.